Is recognized.
Madam Speaker and colleagues, it is with great sadness as well as a great deal of honor that I rise this evening to commemorate and to celebrate the life of our friend and colleague, Congressman John Murtha of Pennsylvania's 12th District. As we mourn the loss of Jack Murtha and remember his life, I pass along my thoughts and prayers to his family and friends. Just days before the passing, Jack became the longest-serving member of Congress ever from Pennsylvania. I am privileged to have had the opportunity to work closely with Jack during our time together in Congress, and I am honored to have called him my friend. I thought the other day, upon returning from Pittsburgh and the funeral in Johnstown, that Jack and I had spent more than 5,000 days together, more than 2 or 3 hours each day during our service in Congress together. It's probably longer than most husbands and wives spend together, and maybe that accounts for the fact that I feel such a loss. I looked up to Jack for his dedication to our country and our military troops. His strength to work in a bipartisan way and his passion for his work and the Pennsylvanians he represented. Throughout his career in public service, Jack has been a symbol of the hard-working Pennsylvanians throughout the Commonwealth. Jack dedicated his life to serving our country both in the military, in the halls of Congress, and the state legislature of Pennsylvania. A former Marine, he became the first Vietnam combat veteran elected to the United States Congress. When he arrived here in 1974, he quickly attracted the attention of then Majority Leader and future Speaker Tip O'Neill, who became Jack's mentor. Tip taught him that all politics is local, which has enabled him to become an effective advocate for his own congressional district and for initiatives throughout our state. Jack's contributions to Pennsylvania are endless. When Pennsylvania's Children's Health Insurance Program, CHIP, was slated to be eliminated by federal regulations, Jack convinced the Clinton administration to be more flexible and ultimately save the program. When our steel industry was in crisis, he convinced the Reagan administration to impose higher tariffs on foreign steel, giving domestic producers an edge. When the Philadelphia shipyard was threatened with closure, he secured funding to keep ship production going. When the United States Army was forming the Stryker Brigades, Jack helped convince Army leaders to field one within the Pennsylvania National Guard, creating the first and only brigade of its kind in the reserve component. When the National Park Service wanted to construct a new museum and visitor center at Gettysburg, he secured funding to make the project possible. When a decades-long mine fire threatened the residents of Centralia, Pennsylvania, Jack worked to secure funding to buy the town and relocate the residents. When the health care benefits of retired miners were in trouble, he twice secured funding to help save their benefits from termination. When Flight 93 crashed in Stony Creek Township, Pennsylvania, Jack was there the next day to survey the scene and later introduce legislation which was enacted establishing a national memorial in honor of the passengers and crew. When he found out that diabetes was becoming an epidemic in the military and throughout Pennsylvania, Jack secured over $150 million for research, prevention, education, and outreach programs. Jack led our Pennsylvania delegation for almost 36 years with passion and dedication. The legacy that he has left will surely live on as a symbol of the great work that one man can do and as something that we can all strive to achieve. The Pennsylvania delegation is honored to pay tribute to his life this evening and say goodbye to a dear friend,